What's up, everyone?
Yo, yo, yo.
We're back with another episode. I believe this is episode 6. We're going to do some recap of NCAA or college football week 4 and then NFL week 3. Talk about some of those games. We'll talk about the goofball of the week, ballers of the week, and then we're going to give you our Thursday night pick this week as well. And then we'll hopefully have this video up Tomorrow, hopefully, yeah. It should be up tomorrow. But let's get right into it. We'll get into some college football. I was thinking let's get into I was honestly thinking the Colorado game. Let's get into that one. Colorado's game. What a game. OT. Yeah. It was a crazy game. If you watch that live, you know what I'm saying. But what was the score? Were they down 14 at one point? Wasn't it like 24-10 at one point in the game, I believe? And I thought Colorado wasn't going to come back. I was just like, wow, they're going to lose. Like, Baylor is playing really good defense. I don't know where Colorado's defense was in the first half, but they stepped it up in that third and fourth quarter. And like Shador says, it's Shador time, baby. And he threw a Hail Mary, basically. A prayer.
That was the last leg on one of my bets that I needed, and I fell asleep. It didn't see the Hail Mary.
Wait, so you hit your bet?
I hit my bet.
Oh, my God.
But I fell asleep on the Hail Mary play to tie it up, to go into OT, and then woke up for OT and watched an OT. But the ending of OT was crazier.
Dude, that was insane. Oh, with Travis Hunter?
Travis Hunter gets the fumble,
mm-hmm.
hits him, gets the fumble, it fumbles out of bounds, and then they rule it a fumble, and everyone storms the field before they make it official. Like, that's wild.
Which I knew it was a fumble, you could see in the video, but still, I mean, all those people running on the field, I don't know.
How do you tell those people get off the field?
I don't know. Everyone go back to your seats.
Review it. Go back to your seats.
No, that was crazy. I mean,
and then storm the field again.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I mean, I wish I would have been a part of that game. That would have been sick to be
That was cool.
That was one of the best games I've watched, probably. Like in a couple of years, probably, I would say, for college football. Like,
that was fun.
Game, they had 2 seconds to come back.
Yeah.
Shador throws up a prayer. Who was the receiver? I don't know who it was. It wasn't Horn. It wasn't Hunter. It was I forget the guy's name, but
was it the kid that came over from FAU?
I think so.
I think it was.
What a catch by him too to get the dub or to go into OT. Like, it was just wild seeing that. But that was probably my favorite game. I think that was the best game in college.
Another game that was actually really, really good was on the Friday slate, and that was Illinois and Nebraska.
Oh, yes.
That game went into OT, too. That was a really, really good game. And Nebraska wasn't playing real well on the offensive side of the ball the whole game. And then Dylan Raiola did make the comeback possible. So, obviously, they lost in OT, but that was a pretty fun game to watch, too.
Yeah, that was another good game. I unfortunately took Nebraska. But he's a freshman. He's gonna lose probably some games. People are gonna figure him out. He's got to learn.
Well, I think it's just a testament to how good Illinois actually might be this year. I mean, I don't think they probably aren't going to make the playoffs, but I mean that defense is legit. The defense is what wins them games, and then the offensive side of the ball, gets it done too. That game too. So
they're not a bad team. They just can't compete with SEC.
Well, I don't think many conferences can compete with SEC right now, especially after seeing what Tennessee did to a fellow inaugural season.
We know that team sucks.
I mean, we both called it out for weeks. Like, I didn't think Oklahoma was that great, but I mean, Tennessee, they look good. I mean, they only put up 25 on them. I mean, it was a 10-point game, but still.
Oklahoma, they have a defense. It's just their offense is awful.
Yeah, and it was in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
too. So you're playing in an opposing team.
Tennessee was up the whole game.
Yeah.
And I will say, me and my boy D-Rock, we hit a fat bet.
Yeah.
Tennessee was a lock the whole time. Yeah. I don't think they were down.
Texas looked good with Arch Manning. Whether you have Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning in there, they're gonna compete.
Even if they were playing UN.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But still, I mean, whether you have Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning in, you're getting the win. Texas is that good. I mean, obviously they haven't played a talented SEC team yet, which they will play Georgia eventually. I think they might have Alabama on their schedule. I didn't look deep, so. I mean, we'll see, obviously, when it comes down to that, too. Same thing with Ole Miss. Ole Miss has looked really good, but just hasn't played the high-caliber team yet that, who knows how that would swing.
And then another SEC team that I think struggled.
Missouri?
Missouri is a big one, but I'm not really too big on Missouri. at all.
I don't.
But I was gonna say LSU versus UCLA.
Yeah.
I was not expecting LSU. It was tied at halftime. Like they won the game pretty big, 34-17. But I don't know how you struggle versus UCLA if you want to compete in the playoffs.
Well, I think LSU's still trying to find their identity.
I guess.
I think that's the problem. I mean, Nussmeier is a good quarterback, but is he there yet? Is he on that Jaden Daniels level? Is he on that Joe Burrow level? Which I will say, Jaden Daniels didn't start playing like Jaden Daniels until about 5 to 6 weeks into the season. Because remember, they lost to Florida State to open up the season last year. Jaden Daniels didn't look that great. It was an absolute blowout. And then as the weeks went on, that's when Daniels started picking up, and that's when LSU started getting the conversation.
I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. LSU's always so, like, projected so high, and then they don't perform.
Yeah, but I mean...
And I think it's coaching.
Here's the thing with LSU is you have a team that's been really, really good for many years. They won a national championship, 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. So they're always only 1 or 2 losses in the season. They don't have many losses, so that's why they always sit so highly ranked. And they're playing in the SEC, and they're playing better teams, than the other conferences.
I guess I just I don't know. LSU, I hate that team, honestly. I hate that team.
How?
I don't like them, bro. They never cover. Maybe it's just me betting on them, but I just think that team's awful.
That's exactly what it is, because
bro.
Some of the funnest players that are in the NFL now are.
I'm saying, but the team now is not that good.
Yeah, but I mean, you're telling me that the team was great when Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase first got on the team?
I mean, no, but they played well. But Niesmeyer's his third year? Isn't he a junior?
I believe I thought it was his sophomore year.
And yes, he was sitting behind like quarterbacks before, but I don't know. I'm not high on LSU this year, as people are.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know if LSU is going to be able to. I won't say they're not going to be able to. I just don't know if they're going to be able to compete with some of the SEC teams to be able to make that run. They'll probably still be ranked in the top 25 for the rest of the season, but I mean, they're just going to chip off wins that they should win, and then they're going to probably struggle against your bigger conference opponents.
Yeah, I honestly just. I don't know. Another game that surprised me a lot: Michigan, USC.
Yeah,
I was expecting USC to win that game.
I thought it was gonna be a blowout. I truthfully thought it was going to be a blowout.
I didn't think it was going to be a blowout.
No, I thought, I know it was in Ann Arbor and everything, but I thought it was going to be a blowout. I thought USC, I didn't think Michigan had their identity. They switched quarterbacks, going into week 4. I truthfully thought that Michigan was not going to play well. I think their defense is what played them well.
I think that's what's getting them wins this year, and I think that's what's going to get them wins for the rest of the year is their defense. I don't think their offense will do that.
Because even their running game wasn't wasn't fantastic.
And Edwards is supposed to be a very high pick, I think, in the draft.
Yeah,
their running back Edwards.
Yeah, and he was on the national championship team last year too, with Blake Corm. They were both splitting time in the backfield.
Yeah, and. I mean, that's a great win versus USC.
Yeah. No, it's a legit win. And, I mean, you think about it. You played USC. Mm-hmm. You're going to play Ohio State at some point. You already played they lost to... Who did they lose to?
Texas.
Yes, they lost to Texas, so you lose a big game to Texas. Non-conference. I believe they play Oregon too. So I mean, you beat.
Yeah, USC. I mean they got a tough schedule.
If you play Oregon and Ohio State and somehow could pull out those wins, I mean, you're looking at at least making a playoff berth again. So it's there for Michigan. It's are they going to figure it out and get it done against better teams?
And I mean that was a they needed that win too. I mean it proved that they could maybe have a chance in the playoffs.
Yeah,
beating USC. So we'll see. Another team. I was surprised about too. And there was a lot of surprises, I guess. They went to OT 23-20. North Illinois loses to Buffalo.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
I mean, North Illinois, it was a Cinderella run that was really short.
I guess.
I mean, the only reason that we're even talking about Northern Illinois is because they beat Notre Dame and they got ranked number 23. I mean, I didn't think they were that great of a team. They just happened to beat Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think you can call it a shock game. And it was still an overtime.
So.
It was still an overtime game. regardless. I mean, anytime you go to overtime, it's a hard fought battle. So
and it was close too. It's not like they got blown
it was
out.
23-20. I mean, they didn't get blown out. I mean, they were there. So they got a lot of praises for beating Notre Dame and praised you. I mean, that probably makes up for anything the rest of the season that they do is beating Notre Dame when Notre Dame was ranked. What were they?
4?
No, I don't think they were. I think were they 7?
Maybe.
I think they were 7.
Yeah,
seven or like 9. I think they were top 10.
But I mean, they'll probably get taken out of 25. You think now?
Yeah, I mean
they were 23.
The top 20 team, or not top 20, but the 20 to 25 teams are going to rotate so much this year. You're not going to see the same team probably sitting there for the whole season.
Last game. Is there any other games you want to talk about? There's one more game that I was honestly again surprised about.
I mean, the only thing that I will say is Miami. Miami looks really.
I mean,
really
bro, they
good.
played USF.
I understand that, but you're still hanging 50 on their heads.
It's USF.
I understand but
Alabama put 28 points on their head in the fourth quarter.
But Alabama was close with them in the first half.
USF is dog. Is dog.
I don't think you can say that because
they are dog. That quarterback is awful. Is awful. Cannot pass the ball.
But the defense is really good.
But they can't put. Look,
I'm only saying Miami because they're gonna. I'm telling you right now, Miami will win the ACC.
Obviously, no.
And I think Miami, if they get into the playoffs, they can give people problems. They can. Cam Ward is a problem.
No, he's good.
Cam Ward is a problem. Dude threw for 404 yards and still can run all over you.
Well, he's so nonchalant. Like when you watch him, he's so relaxed.
But think about that. You sit there and he sits in the pocket and can throw lasers.
Mm-hmm.
You get into you attack and put pressure on him, and he's scrambling out for 20 yards. I mean, that's a tough thing to do. That's a tough thing to guard. So that's why I think Miami will be a problem come later on down the season for a lot of teams in the playoffs.
But the game that I was again surprised about was Utah. They didn't have Rising. Rising wasn't even playing. He got hurt.
Yeah.
And the second string came in. The second string came in and beat him.
Yeah, I just don't think Oklahoma State showed up.
Well, dude,
that offense looks so stagnant.
It's their quarterback. It's their quarterback play. Their quarterback is very bad.
But that offense played really, really stagnant. So,
and I don't know where Ollie Gordon's been. Missing. He's supposed to be one of the best running backs in college football, and I don't see where he's at. Is it O-line problems? Quarterback is definitely the issue. But it's a close loss. I mean, they lost 22-19.
No, it's a close loss.
But I don't want to see. That's my team to win the what are they?
Big 12.
12. I like them in the Big 12.
Well, Utah's in the Big 12.
And I know,
that's a conference game.
And they didn't need to take that L.
But I think that's just how good Utah is.
Yeah, they could be.
Because I think that's another team that I think if they get into the playoffs, they can give people problems. And it's so strange now that we're talking about it because they shifted the playoffs to 12 teams.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have these teams that weren't because they're. I mean, think about it. We went from 2 teams. And then we went to 4, and now we're at 12. There's so much room where you can catch a team on a bad night, like Alabama, Georgia, Texas. Mm-hmm. You can catch them on a bad night and move on.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think Utah is one of those teams. They have a physical defense. They have I think he can be a 7th-year senior. I mean, that guy's one of the oldest quarterbacks in.
Same with the kids in the Oklahoma State quarterback.
Yeah,
it was 2 of the oldest quarterbacks.
I mean, I think both of them played 5, 6, or 7 years or something.
They're both 7
they played a lot of college ball. So I mean, I still think Oklahoma State. I mean, you played number 12. You lost by 3. I mean, you're still going to be ranked top 15. I don't think they leave that 14 spot.
I mean, I just don't. It's an awful L to lose to a second string quarterback. That's all I gotta say.
I mean,
props to the second string quarterback coming in. Maybe he isn't bad, but
it is. But I think it's also Utah does have a well-developed full team. It's not just the quarterback play that's winning them games. It's the whole team. And if you watch that game, they were put so much pressure on Oklahoma State's quarterback that he didn't have an answer for anything. They couldn't get the run game going. It was a bad stretch. And they were actually losing that game worse than what they actually lost by. They made a comeback.
Yeah, they did.
It was there. So.
But yeah, I think you got any other
No, the only other thing that I did see some things coming out today was UNLV.
Oh, yeah.
UNLV's off to a hot start, 3-0. Quarterback leaves.
Running back just left too.
Like, I thought they were supposed. Like, I thought these players. I mean, they're guaranteeing these players stuff, and all these players, I think, thought like, oh, I can go anywhere. Someone's guaranteeing me something, and now it's not happening. So I think that's going to be another shift in the NIL, where some teams that promise things cannot deliver, and they're not going to get the better players, and they're not going to be able to go beat the better teams. They're not going to be able to compete at a high level like we're seeing. I mean, we're seeing a lot of lower level schools that have never been big in the conferences and the rankings and beat other teams. We were seeing that shift happen this year because of NIL, and now this is kind of like, well, what other smaller, maybe I can't sit there and say the bigger schools because of how much money they do generate, but what about the smaller schools that promise these kids a lot and aren't delivering on anything? So I think I don't think this is going to be the end of this, and I don't think it's just going to be with UNLV. I think this might be with a lot of guys. This may be with a lot of guys.
I guess so. I don't like NIL, but
yeah, no, I know, but I
guess you can get offered it and stuff like that. Just play the damn sport. You're 3-0. Yeah, prove yourself and go to the league. Why is it all about the money right now? Get your money in the league. I mean, I just don't understand this thing.
Yeah, my thing is
I don't.
Is as a high school playing high school baseball, like the more games I played, the more film I put out. And you know the same thing playing high school football. Yeah. Like you want film no matter what. So college, like you still have to get film on you for NFL scouts to even consider taking you. Yeah. Consider taking you. Especially if you're going to UNLV. Like you're not guaranteed just because you're the starter at college making $100,000. Like you're gonna sit out a whole year for $100,000. Like I get that's a lot of money. Like that obviously. But I just
play football and then earn that when you go to the league.
I don't understand that I'm gonna sit out and then I'm gonna transfer next year. Yeah. Like why not just get more film on it? Because what if you put more film out there, and what if LSU's ringing your phone? What if a bigger school?
There's that too. But these players nowadays don't give a shit about that. All they care about is the money. They have no love for the sport anymore. They have no love. But and the UNLV quarterback, like him getting mad that he was guaranteed this money and he wants to leave now. Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't think you're like Johnny Manziel. But then maybe you don't deserve all that money.
Here's my thing: is like they were sitting there saying like, oh, he only got like a little, I think under 3,000 and whatnot, and he couldn't pay for anything housing wise and stuff like that. But if you're on a full ride scholarship, they're housing you and feeding you, and they're like, your everything is taken care of. So if you're on a full ride scholarship, which I'm not 100% sure if he is. Yeah. I'm assuming so because he's the starting quarterback for a college, that you're on a full ride. Shouldn't everything already be taken care of? So regardless what you're making, you should still be playing to get your film out there so you can transfer to another program or go play in a higher level in the NFL. Like you just want more film. Like that's what you should want. He wants the money. Yeah.
He wants the money.
You're starting to see the problem.
And look, I'm 22 and people are like, if you listen to this and you're like, what is this guy saying? Like, why is he getting on players like that? Because they don't have the love for the sport anymore. They don't. It's a fact. It's a proven fact. Yep. It's crazy that a kid's gonna leave a school when they're 3-0. He's playing well, and just because he was guaranteed this money, he doesn't want to play now. Yeah. What?
But then, I mean, wouldn't you put that on the background instead of just leaving?
I like.
Why are you not going?
What do you think NFL scouts and general managers are thinking about this kid now?
True. You put yourself in a bad spot. Like when it comes to the next level.
It's dumb. It blows my mind.
You put yourself in a bad spot to go to the next level.
Like I totally understand. Like college athletes deserve money, but you gotta play your sport and you gotta show that you can play.
You gotta put film out.
Exactly.
Like I just said, it
blows my mind. NFL Week 3 recap. Let's start off with the shocker of the week. 49ers. Two game losing streak right now.
Yeah. Yeah, to the Vikings and then the Rams. You play a Vikings team who's got Sam Darnold at quarterback, which he was my star of the week last week. I think Sam Darnold's playing a very great game. But then you let the Rams come back. You're up by 14. You let the Rams come back on you. Not only that, the Rams are down their 2 best receivers, arguably 2, maybe I would say top 10, top 15 receivers in the league in Puka and Cooper Kupp. I mean, so there's a problem going on in the 49ers. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's not quarterback play because Brock Purdy still played really well. I mean, he still was able to play well without Debo. He was able to play well with CMC not there, with Ayuk not really being a factor. I mean, I think it all comes down to the defense.
I mean, maybe losing Kittle too on the line, blocking, maybe that too as well.
But the problem is you still put up 24 points. Like it's not the offense. It has to be the defense. It's got to be. You're just you put your defense out there to go get the stand to at least keep the game tied, and they don't do it. I don't know.
I guess you would have to say it's their defense. Yeah. I mean, they have injuries on the offense, but they did score some points defensively, because they played the Vikings, and their defense still looked big shit.
Yeah, I think it's the defense. I don't think there's an offensive problem there. Because they can still put up points with backup players.
Yeah, and I do think they're gonna blow out their team this week.
Yeah.
I already know who they're playing.
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Who are they playing? My Giants? The Patriots? Yeah. I haven't even looked at it.
Get ready for a blowout, Patriots fans. It's going to be awful. I'm not watching another Patriots game this year. But, yeah, I think the 49ers will step up and get it up this week.
Yeah.
Another team still surprising me.
The Panthers?
No, the Vikings.
Yeah.
We'll get into the Panthers game, but the Vikings beat the Texans 34-7. A blowout. It's awful. C.J. Stroud looked like... He did not look like C.J. Stroud.
No, he didn't.
He did not.
The defense wasn't there. I don't know if... I mean, Cam Akers isn't a terrible back, so you can't say, the run game wasn't there.
Dude, it's that Vikings defense.
I think that Vikings defense is disgusting.
It's legit, and it's crazy, too, is they lost Hunter, who was on Texans now.
Yeah, Danielle Hunter.
And I thought that would be a big issue for them, but it's not. It has not been a big issue at all.
Their linebackers play lights out. They get to the quarterback well. Their defensive line plays well. And that offense plays well.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, it looks like a rebirth of Sam Darnold. And I don't know, like I've had some people tell me like, they're going to figure him out come like week 6 or 7. Like you can't play for that forever. This guy's already played over 30 games in the league. There's so much film already out there on him.
Yeah.
I just think that when you have a receiver that is so good like Justin Jefferson, it helps a quarterback. And not only that, I mean, your second best receiver on the team's now played for 2 games. Addison's been out. But you're still winning games. Aaron Jones has played well. He's doing a great job taking over. I mean, Dalvin Cook was gone didn't play there last year, was gone the year before. Madison wasn't that great. But I think that now that having Aaron Jones there, it gives you that run game that they didn't have. They couldn't run play actions last year. They couldn't, they couldn't run the ball well. It gives it that offense another tier.
You might think I'm crazy for saying this. The Vikings kind of remind me of the Patriots in 2007. Great defense. Best receiver in the league.
Yeah.
And a quarterback who's played some time in the league. And guess who their coach is?
Yeah.
He was a ex-quarterback for who? The New England Patriots when Brady was there winning Super Bowls. So Vikings, I think the Vikings have a great shot.
I think they're legit.
Go in the playoffs and do something special, but watch out for the Vikings this year. That defense is legit.
Yeah, no, I think they're a legit team. They are.
Their defense. Sorry, Sam Darnold. If he doesn't make any mistakes, which he hasn't, really, they're gonna get wins.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah. Just they're playing really well. They really are.
They are playing pretty good.
They are playing so good.
But we'll get into the Panthers now.
Dude, there were so many shockers this week.
I know.
So many shockers.
There was.
I mean.
Hey, Casinos got to make their money too.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that not only did the Panthers win, they beat down.
They whooped their ass.
Beat down. Andy Dalton looked like the second coming of Tom Brady. I mean, he just was out there slinging the ball. Like, no problems. Like, it looked like he picked up where he left off when he played prime in Cincinnati.
Well, also, it was surprising, too. The Raiders couldn't get any
They couldn't get anything going.
They couldn't get anything
the
going
run game,
at all.
The run game sucked.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew couldn't throw. He could not complete a pass.
There was no pressure on Andy Dalton.
They could not complete a pass. Like I just don't understand it. Like I don't understand how you have a guy like Devontae Adams and now a guy like Brock Bowers, and you cannot do anything with the football. And then
Is that Gardner Minshew?
I guess so, because he's getting benched. Aiden O'Connell's starting this week. So I personally, in my opinion, I don't know why they went away from Aiden O'Connell. He finished out last season really well. Mm-hmm. Him and Devontae Adams started gelling really well. Devontae Adams didn't play good all year until Aiden O'Connell became the starting quarterback. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why they made that change. It made no sense to me. I guess they thought that because Gardner Minshew played so well with the Colts that it was going to work out. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I think you might see the Raiders kind of turn around a little bit with Aiden O'Connell. Obviously, I don't think Aiden O'Connell's the best quarterback in the league by any means, but
you give him a shot.
I think he knows that offense. I think that he knows the offense. He has Devontae Adams. They have a decent running back in Zamir White. Zamir White is not a bad running back because when Josh Jacobs went down last year, Zamir White, I think he was third in the league in carries and third in the league in rush yards. Like he's a pretty good running. Like it's there. It's I think just getting over some kind of hump, whether that's quarterback play or maybe the play calling itself, the defense picking up a little bit. I don't know. We don't get paid enough to answer those questions.
Ravens, they proved that they're back.
My problem is you let the Cowboys come back. Now are you just doing that because the game was so far out?
Now let's talk about Lamar said at the end of the game. He was basically saying, why are we playing conservative? Why are we not trying to go score more?
Yeah.
And maybe Harbaugh was just like, we're up this big. Let's not try to do anything dumb. Let's not fumble the ball. Let's not throw a pick. Maybe that. I mean, the Giants kind of played like that in their game too as well.
Conservative in the second half.
There was a lot of teams who played conservative this year.
What I think
this week.
Yeah. To me personally, go hang 40 on someone's head.
Yeah. I mean,
if you hang 40 on someone's head, that's a statement. Yeah. That's not just a win. That's a statement win. That's big.
You know who has 2 statement wins in a row? Who I think is the best team in the NFL right now?
Buffalo
Bills.
100%.
Buffalo
100%.
Bills.
100%. They looked fantastic Monday night. They looked fantastic Thursday night when they played Miami. I mean, blowing them out at halftime. What was it? 34-3?
It was over probably in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean they hung 13 on it and then go score 21. Yeah. Josh Allen completes 5 touchdown passes to 5 different receivers. That I just didn't understand. I was listening to this and they said that Josh Allen in the second half became the MVP favorite. Why was he not MVP favorite all along?
Because of Pat Mahomes.
Like I don't understand how Pat Mahomes.
I know he's not even top 20 right now. I know that.
Like Pat Mahomes is he even top 10 in passing yards? Is he top 10 in passing touchdowns? Like I don't really understand I'm not saying hype, but you have guys that are playing better than Patrick Mahomes, and you still say consider him the MVP.
The thing what people just say with Pat Mahomes, he has 3 rings. Yeah. He has the most rings ever as a 26-year-old. I don't give a shit. He has Andy Dalton as his coach. People don't realize that, but Andy Dalton is a very good coach. Did he not win in Philly too?
Yeah,
I think he has.
It's crazy to me to think that Josh Allen and Sam Darnold are not the 2 leading MVP candidates.
Well, I won't even get into Pat Mahomes.
The Sam Darnold win comeback player of the year. Can you win that? Because he's not coming back from an injury. He just hasn't started in so many years.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what criteria you have to hit. I mean,
but this year with the Bills, it kind of reminds me of when the Chiefs got rid of Tyreek.
Yeah.
And things start to open up.
I said that from the beginning. There were so many people saying like, "Oh, Diggs is gone. Mm-hmm. Josh Allen has no one to throw to." I was the one that was sitting back and saying that this is going to work out for Josh Allen.
And I think the problem too with Diggs was he probably is asking for a lot. He's probably like, can I get the ball? Like,
correct.
Can I do this? Can I do that? And I think that could be what's happening on the Texans right now too.
And that's where I sat after Diggs left. I was sitting there and you watch Josh Allen play now, and I'm just thinking to myself like, he can play a stress-free football.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about getting the ball 10 to 12 times to his number one.
And when
receiver.
he had Diggs, a big reason why he was turning over the ball is because he was trying to throw it so damn far.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't get it.
And then when he's trying to get Diggs the ball, it's not there. So now he's got to run out.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to run out. He's taking bad hits.
Yeah.
He hasn't taken many bad hits. A lot of people have criticized him for taking really bad hits. Hasn't taken bad hits. He is playing the best football at the quarterback position right now.
For sure.
100%.
He's my MVP vote right now.
And the whole Bills team, that offense. I mean,
defense.
There's no one.
Damar Hamlin.
There's no one that's Damar Hamlin gets his first career interception. That's an amazing story, and it's special as hell. But I mean, you got James Cook steps up. James Cook is looking like a top 10 running back.
Dog.
Shakur's stepping up. Keon Coleman gets his first touchdown grab. Dalton Kincaid, he starts having hot games. Like it's all there.
That whole team is playing very well.
I've been saying that Miami is, or not Miami, I'm sorry. Buffalo is going to be a problem this year.
Oh, they will.
I've said it. I've said it. I think even in the AFC North, I don't think anybody or what are they?
AFC East.
AFC East. I don't think anyone can compete with them.
Yeah.
I don't even. You can't even say the Jets can compete with the Bills. I think you would see the Bills slaughter the Jets.
I don't even think you can say the Chiefs compete with the Bills right now.
With the way they're playing now.
Next game.
What about the Broncos? And Bucks game.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. The books got to make their money, Corp. They got to make their money.
Why make it so obvious with all these huge losses? And then, not only, this wasn't a huge loss. I mean, we knew the Eagles were pretty good. But they go beat the Saints at home and hold the Saints to 12
Eagles
points.
played really good on defense.
But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. Yeah. You watch the team putting up 40 points since last season, and then the Eagles come in and they allow 12 points in New Orleans.
I guess.
At home.
I don't know.
Saquon played well. Jalen Hurts played
Fuck the books. I'm telling you, the books needed their money, and they got it.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I mean, there's just the amount of upsets this week. I mean,
well, it just blows my mind. The Raiders, look. Raiders beat the Ravens at the Ravens, and then they go home, and then they get clapped by the Panthers.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
It just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make
49ers
sense.
lose 2 in a row.
Yeah.
They lose to the Rams, who have no receiver.
Does not make sense.
It's crazy. Another team. What is up with the Bengals? Did I curse them?
I don't know.
Did I curse them?
I don't know.
That was my Super Bowl pick of the year.
I don't know. I mean, they came back. They almost had the win. Defense sucks.
The defense is terrible.
The offense,
honestly, the O-line is terrible.
The offense finally looked okay. Offensive line, but the offensive line is riddled with injuries. Yeah. Riddled with injuries. So it's just...
And you can't say Jamar's not there anymore. Jamar's there.
Jamar's there.
He's got to give him the ball.
T. Higgins is back. T. Higgins looked pretty good. I mean, Chase Brown and Zach Moss looked good.
Yeah.
Like, it's the defense. I mean, you can't let the Washington Commanders hang 38 on your head.
Jaden McDaniels.
He's nice.
I keep saying Jaden McDaniels because of Anthony Edwards.
He's
nice. Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, he's nice.
I think he's honestly the C.J. Stroud we saw last year. And Caleb Williams is the Bryce Young.
Well, now it just brings the topic up. Do you just take the quarterback
number two?
Do you take the number two quarterback?
You take the number 2 quarterback and say fuck the one.
It's pretty much happening in
crazy.
back-to-back years.
It's wild. No, it is wild. It's crazy to look at that. But no, Bengals, I don't know. They need to figure out something. But I will say, bro, Commanders, they're a good team.
They're not bad.
There could be a good team. You know they have a good defense.
They're not terrible.
But if Jaden is slinging the rock like that, how can you lose games?
Here's what I think about...
Did you see that?
Yeah, here's what I think about the Commanders is... I mean, obviously the Bengals are considered, a powerhouse in the AFC and whatnot, but they just... Something's not clicking.
They're dog shit right now.
But if you have the Commanders playing a Buffalo team or a Ravens team or a Chiefs team, I don't know, because the weapons aren't really there. I mean, you have Terry McLaurin.
I can see the Commanders beating the Ravens.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so. You have 2 quarterbacks that play the exact same, and Lamar's going to play it better.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying it's going to be a defensive game if they both play. 100%. They're both going to try to stop the quarterback from running.
I think the Ravens will
make them throw the
game.
ball. But, I don't know. Bengals got to figure out something. You want to go on the next segment? You got any other NFL games?
You want to talk about the robbery of the Falcons?
Oh, yeah. I mean, bro, he's getting the Brady treatment. It's bullshit. And it sucks that I'll say that, but
Absolute robbery.
He's getting. I just don't know how you can call the PI in the Bengals game and then you can't call the one versus the Falcons.
He's hugging him.
No, I know. I don't understand why you don't call it.
He's hugging him.
I understand.
Corbett.
It was a PI.
Granted,
but you know who you're playing on the other side.
His head was turned.
Mm-hmm.
The ball wasn't even there yet.
Yeah.
The ball was nowhere there, and you're already hugging.
Who are you playing on the other side? Who brings in the most money?
I know. It's just it's
the refs are gonna call the game they want to.
It just makes it an annoying game to watch unless you're a Chiefs fan.
Like I said, the books need to win their money.
I didn't even watch the Chiefs-Falcons game. I
watched it. It was bullshit. It was bullshit.
I don't know. That week of football was weird. I had one of my fantasy teams losing. Like, just weird stuff was happening.
Got to lose this week, too.
Weird stuff was happening. It was not a fun week, and that's why I was like, you know what?
It was a weird week. It was a weird week 3. A lot of surprises.
Weird games.
Say that. Teams that we thought were going to be good in the beginning of the season are not playing at their potential.
I'm putting in freaking bets on teams that should be winning. I mean, you take the Raiders money line and you think it's going to hit. Imagine any jackass that puts.
Well, it's just like taking the Bucks. They were minus 375 and they lose.
Imagine you're like, I want to make some quick money, and you throw $5,000 on the Raiders.
Well, imagine you're just like, you know what? Raiders versus Panthers, obviously.
Yeah.
Buccaneers versus Broncos, obviously.
Imagine putting that.
Bengals versus Commanders, obviously. I'm going to take those.
Imagine
taking those 3 other teams. Fade the Bengals. Fade the Raiders. If you could have faded the Niners. There's so many pluses.
What about the Broncos?
Bro, in the Broncos, there were so many games. I'm telling you, the books got to make their money. Yeah. And I think there's a new thing that we should start doing. Just take spreads. Just take the plus. Just take the plus. If they give you the points, just take them. Yeah. They're free.
Yeah. It's what it seems like. I don't know. It's weird, man.
It's crazy.
That was a weird week. I was done going into Sunday Night Football. I was so burnt out that I couldn't even sit down and watch that game. And then just seeing the text messages from everyone in the group and just like seeing stuff on social media, it looked like a freaking war was going on about that game. It was wild.
It was bad. Goofball of the week.
Goofball of the week.
You know who's getting it again. He got it week 1. He got it week 2. And he's getting it week 3. Will Levis, welcome back to Goofball of the week.
That's messed up.
It's not messed up. He's awful.
That's messed up.
He makes the worst decisions.
Poor kid.
I feel bad for. I don't have a problem with Will Levis. I'm just saying. You gotta not turn over the ball.
Poor kid.
How many times did he turn it over? 3.
He's probably had freaking like 10 on the year. Poor kid, dude.
I feel bad for him, man. I feel bad for him. But that was just another awful performance by Will Levis.
You know who my goofball of the week is?
Who?
The Las Vegas Raiders.
I was going to say
losing to the Carolina Panthers.
That was a good
and
one.
I get Andy Dalton was starting and whatever, and everyone's like, oh, it's a big, it's going to change. And it for sure did.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Raiders were expecting the Red Rocket to go crazy.
No, he went nuts.
That is wild.
He went nuts.
That's my goofball of the week.
I do have another team. I didn't think of the Raiders. That was a great one. Jaguars. The whole team. The whole team.
Okay.
Offensively, I was just going to say Trevor Lawrence, but no. Offensively, defensively, terrible.
You know what's crazy?
The whole team.
I read a stat. Trevor Lawrence has the most turnovers since 2021 when he came into the league. He has 61 turnovers. That's insane.
I didn't want to get on Trevor Lawrence.
I'm not trying to get on it, but that's insane. Like this is what's crazy to me is you're paying so many quarterbacks to play like crap.
To play like shit.
To play like absolute
It's kind of like going back to... Never mind.
It's crazy. Dak Prescott hasn't played good all year until the fourth quarter of that game. And basically that's garbage time where you have to throw the ball. Right. You can't run the ball anymore. Yeah. Zeke is non-existent. Yeah. The whole Cowboys run.
I don't know why they haven't brought Dalvin Cook up yet. It blows my mind.
I don't know.
But no, the Jags, that defense is terrible. Terrible.
I don't even know.
Awful.
I think it's just more Josh Allen slicing and dicing.
I mean, maybe he was slinging that rock.
Good.
He was slinging that rock.
He was just
Did
that
you see the
good.
one he threw in the corner?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's
I mean,
nice.
it was like
he's having fun.
If you watched an
NFL
team
having fun.
Play a peewee team, that's what you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
Jags
I would
are
watch
goofball.
right there.
We should start doing team. goofball of the week.
No, it's whoever's.
But no, Jags, Will Levis, Raiders.
I could watch a game and watch someone fall down the stairs in the stands. He's getting goofball.
Yeah, he's getting goofball.
That's who's goofball of the week. But as of now, for me, it's the Las Vegas Raiders.
Who balled in week 3 of the NFL and who balled in week 4 for college football? What do you got?
I'm gonna go.
We might have the same answer.
Like a stars of the week.
You could go team. You could go. It could be team or player. I got a couple. Give it to him.
I want to.
Give it to him.
You know who I'm gonna go with for NFL?
Who?
And I hate to say this. It breaks my heart that he is no longer in a Giants uniform.
Shit.
I'm gonna go star of the week, Saquon Barkley.
Wow.
Does it again.
Saquon
17
Barkley.
carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. I believe he had a couple great racks in there too. Yeah, Barkley's my star of the week, and I hate to say it, him being in Mean Green Eagle, but yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks seeing him not being in a Giants uniform. It really does.
It does.
I miss it. I miss Saquon more than I miss Odell Beckham.
That's tough.
Like it's just, but again,
I've said it. He's balling now.
I've said it, but I've said it on the podcast. I'm happy for him. I hold nothing against him.
He wouldn't be doing that on the
Giants. I do not hold anything against him. I believe that the Giants were holding him back in his career, and he went to a contender, and it looks like he's having fun playing the game, like he did early on with the Giants and at Penn State. You know how I'm gonna go for my star of the week for college?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Cam Ward.
Cam Ward, okay.
Throwing for 404 yards.
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna go. Hangs up 50 points on USF. Throws for 404 yards. I'm gonna go Cam Ward.
Week 3 for NFL baller of the week. I was gonna say Josh Allen. It's obvious. So I'm gonna go with a low key sleeper. Malik Neighbors. You guys were not getting that win without him.
Yeah.
He balled.
Back-to-back
He's been balling.
Back-to-back weeks.
He's the first receiver in 3 weeks to have over 20 catches, over 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's got two touchdowns in back-to-back games.
Yes, 4. He has 4 in the back.
Yep.
2 games, right? Yeah.
Yep.
For college football, I gotta give it to him. Shador Sanders.
I mean, without him,
without that throw, they're not winning the game.
If I were you, baller of the week, I would go Shador and Travis Hunter.
Yeah, okay.
Travis Hunter won them that game when it came down to the end.
Okay, we'll go. Nah, fuck it. I love you, Shador. Since you got it last week, Travis Hunter this week, baller of the week.
All right,
getting that poke out, winning the game, storming the field.
Like how do you do it on offensive defensive side of the ball?
He's a baller.
Puts up 130, then goes and makes the strip fumble. Like
he's an athlete.
He's an straight athlete.
He's an athlete. I don't ever see him talk about money.
To me,
he just wants those LeBrons.
I know that the number 1 team, the number 1 draft pick, and whoever's going to own it at the end of the season, I know they're probably going to want to go quarterback. Yeah. Fuck it.
It's hard not to take.
Go get that dog and Travis Hunter.
Dude, the thing is that say you want him to not play a little bit of offense, right? Okay, let him play some defense then. And say your offense is struggling, put Travis Hunter out there.
Do you think that when he goes to the NFL and gets drafted, do you think, depending on the team, he's going to play both sides, or do you think they're going to move him to one? Because I think that's a lot in the NFL.
NFL, I know for sure they're going to want him to just play one position. Yeah. But I will say Dion probably will have some say in it. Because Dion, if you remember, Dion did play some corner, and he played a lot of corner.
No, he did.
But he played some receiver as well.
Now, I personally think this is the problem, is he's so physical on the defensive side, but his hands are so good on the receiving side, and he's so quick. Yeah. It just has some.
It's hard to tell because he has a lot of good things about receiver, and then he has a lot of good things about corner, and there's it's hard. So he doesn't really have a flaw.
Do you, as an NFL team, do you put him at the receiver side, and kind of only put him out there at certain times?
That's what I think.
At the corner,
I think that's what they would do.
And then have him kind of be like that third, where if someone in the depth charts gets hurt, you have that ability to play him the whole game. Like, is that the way? I just don't know how you go about him. I think in the
league, I think in the NFL, he's going to be a better corner So I think he's probably going to play more cornerback. But I think there's going to be some moments in the NFL where they're going to probably need him to come in and play receiver. And
you really think you'd be a better corner than receiver?
100%.
I really think you'd be a better receiver.
Dude, have you seen him guard people?
I know. He's like I just told you.
His
He's
hips are
so
insane.
physical.
His
but
hips are insane.
His route
pause. Pause. But his his movement.
Why'd you tell me to pause?
No, it's like if you say something like weird or wild, you gotta say pause.
Okay.
You've never heard that?
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Like say if I was to say, that dude's big. Pause. Or he's big. Then you say pause. It's kind of
I don't know.
it's a wild take.
Okay. All right. I've never heard of that, but okay.
You've never heard of pause?
Oh, dude.
Bro.
What?
Oh my god.
Is this a new thing? I don't know.
It's been around for a while. Hell, people do it.
I don't do it. I've never done it, but okay,
Whatever.
sure.
We'll get into
Pause.
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
It's if you say something wild, something I can't say it on here. I'm not gonna.
That's so weird.
We won't get in it. The viewers know what I'm talking about. This dude doesn't.
Okay, I don't. Because
All right.
weird shit.
Week 4 Thursday night football predictions. Who you got? You know who it is?
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys coming over to New York. Actually, not even New York. New Jersey. New Jersey. Who you got?
I mean, I'm not going to go against my team. I got the Giants.
I got the Giants covering. Cowboys should win the game, but I got the Giants covering. So I got some hope. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say.
We're winning that game.
It's hard to say, dude, because
Malik Neighbors is going to absolutely tear up Trayvon Diggs.
I mean, that could happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a really good game. But
We're
I do
gonna
think
happen.
I think the Giants cover.
We'll get back into it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take it now.
Bro, look at this. We'll beat the Cowboys. Cowboys will be 1-3. We'll be 2-2. We're ready. We're going. We're rocking.
And then
Washington's going to lose the next week. They're going to go 2-2.
And then do you have a touchdown you like? Anyone in that Thursday night game? I got 4.
I mean, how do you not just say Malik Neighbors?
That was my number 1.
I don't know how you don't
Malik
just say
Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors.
Neighbors and CD were my number 1.
Yeah, I don't.
I also do think Daniel Jones could get a rushing touchdown. And I think the Cowboys can get a defensive touchdown.
No, we're cleaning it up. We're cleaning up our act.
We'll see.
I'm telling you right now.
We'll see. Do you not remember that one game?
Bro.
Week 1
No,
last year?
why do you have to bring that up?
I'm just saying. They destroyed
Yes,
you.
I know. I remember. It was 40,000 to nothing at halftime.
It was 40.
It was atrocious.
Yeah, it was awful. You got anything else?
Oh, look at that. Papa Flo and Bros adding Tyler Lockett.
You got anything else?
I don't have much else. I mean, oh.
What?
Ooh. We do have a crazy week 5 matchup in college football.
Bro.
Crazy. And if you say bro, like you're just going to rub it off. Is that in Georgia?
No.
Is that in Alabama?
It's in Tuscaloosa.
Woo! The Bulldogs go down to Tuscaloosa. Are we going to shout out some Pat McAfee? Is he going to make that call again?
Hard to say. I'm sad to say. We probably will lose that game.
Why do you think that?
Carson Beck is terrible.
Bro, I mean, you're
He's
gonna
making
give up
TikToks with Cavender while they're on their bye week.
Yeah.
Go practice. You almost lost to Kentucky.
Well, I'm sure he's.
I don't care. I don't care.
Carson Beck, I'm sure
You're playing quarterback for the University of Georgia, and you beat Kentucky by 1 point, and you act like you're gonna go into Tuscaloosa and whoop that ass
How are you throwing shade on Carson Beck?
because he's not that good.
Dude, come on.
He's not.
He's a quarterback. You gotta.
Torbett, he does not perform versus good fucking defenses. He doesn't.
Well, that's one way to keep it positive.
I love my Bulldogs. I love my Bulldogs, but I am very scared for this game. I am very scared because
I'm excited.
Dude, we're the favorites. We haven't been Corbett. We are favorites going into Tuscaloosa, and we have not been a favorite ever. The only reason why we're favorites is because Nick Saban is not the coach.
This is going to be such a fun game.
And the only way we do win this game is because Nick Saban is not the coach. But
listen, as a college football fan, is this not some of the most intriguing
this is the best game this week for sure.
I mean, and then you're going to have Georgia and Texas at some point. Another
I'm just worried.
Game.
Carson, I don't mean to put all that on you, bro, but
bro, he's got the dog.
I've watched quarterbacks for Georgia a long time, and I don't want to see you go out like Jake Fromm. All right?
Nah, no Jake Fromm.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I want to see you perform well. I want to see you ball. I want to see you get a dub.
No.
But
Carson Beck.
you got to perform better, especially versus Kentucky. All right? I love you, Carson Beck. Get the job done. Dogs all the way up, baby.
We gonna Pat McAfee crazy call?
Yeah. Dogs winning, but I'm still scared we might lose.
What if he goes Alabama again?
I don't even know, dude.
Give me Alabama. You have nightmares about that?
I do. I hate Alabama. But it's only because of Nick Saban, but he's not there anymore. But I'm still low-key scared because they have us as the favorites. Why did they have to put us as the favorites? We're going to Tuscaloosa.
I gotta know this. When you guys played in the SEC championship, and Pat McAfee made that call, he sang to the crowd, got them all hyped up.
I don't even sing that song. That song's weak.
And then says, "Give me Alabama." How did that make you feel?
He was right. They won.
I mean, that's what's crazy. It's crazy. He put that whole performance together.
And the thing is that they won by a field goal, and I'm telling you right now, if we would have went to the top 4, which we should have been, and we killed the number 1 team who was 13-0.
We weren't number 1.
You guys were number 1 before Travis Hunter got hurt. You guys didn't take a while. Not Travis Hunter. Jordan Travis, sorry. But you guys were number 1. You guys were 13-0. The only reason why you guys dropped was because Jordan Travis got hurt. So we did beat the best team last year, if you really think about it.
Well, in my defense,
you guys were not the best team. We were the best team.
Our quarterback was gone. And all our starters decided to just not even want to play.
I don't give a shit, dude. Still beat y'all ass.
Whatever. I don't care.
I'm
already moved on to next season.
It's gonna be a sweaty game if you're a Dogs fan. Go
Bro,
Dogs!
So ready. Ready.
I'm a little nervous, but
get your popcorn.
Carson Beck, go to Tuscaloosa and whoop some ass.
Dude, get your popcorn ready. That is going to be the most fun game to watch. It is going to be so fun. I'm just trying to see if there's any cool matchups. Ooh. After Saturday night, we got Georgia playing Alabama. Sunday night, Bills Ravens.
Yeah, Bills are going to win the game.
It's still a fun game. And Baltimore's favorited right now.
That's fine. Bills are going to beat them by 10.
I'm just saying.
100%. Mark my words.
It's a fun game.
Mark my words.
Damn, we got 2 Monday night games again. That's crazy.
Well, it's because Manning Cast isn't on. That's why they do the 2 games.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
I don't know. I kind of just put that. I think we put that together.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they weren't on last Monday.
Yeah.
And there was 2 games.
But I don't know what. I don't know.
Maybe they're not on this Monday. It's probably because there's 2 games. We'll see.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
We'll see. But that's going to wrap up.
Your goofball's playing Monday night.
The goofball sucks. They put Tennessee on a Monday night game?
Yeah, against the Dolphins.
Who decided to do that? That's going to be one of the worst games.
Watching that game?
Tua. Who decided Tua and Will Levis is going to be a great matchup?
But at least we got Seahawks-Lions that night, too.
We'll see.
But let's get this wrapped up. We'll see you guys back at another episode. Probably going to get one in next week. We'll go over the recaps and everything like that. We should have some new equipment coming in, so we should be able to get the quality a lot better, sound a lot better. We should be able to also just actually get the videos downloaded in a quickly fashion for you guys to watch before. Are we gonna try to get another one in this week or maybe we'll figure it out. We'll see how it goes. We'll post something on Instagram or TikTok and let you guys know if we're putting something out. So we're gonna start getting a lot bigger on social media and actually posting because I feel like we haven't really done that. It's just been a tough thing to really try to put this together, and we're trying to get our videos out there and push our videos as much as we possibly can, and we really need to start using TikTok and all that to really start doing that, and Instagram and stuff. So you'll see if you follow my personal account and Dakota's personal account, we'll start posting that, letting everyone know. So yeah, keep an eye out for videos. We'll keep letting you guys know. Hopefully have this out soon. So yeah, we'll see you next time. And one more thing, go Dogs! Okay.